is another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Adult Business Owners and Entrepreneurs, hosted by me, best-selling author Sadon Long. Well, again, thank you for tuning in today. Today is Monday, and we are in the middle of the busiest time of the year for business owners and people just in general. And when it's busy like this, it is really hard to get the attention of your customers. And if you can't get their attention, then it's going to be really hard to get them to buy something. So today what we're going to do, we're going to share some tips that I've been using for probably 20 years now that all work really well for business owners who are trying to generate sales so that they can, pay the payroll and utilities and keep their business going as well as have a really great Christmas. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So this week, what we're going to focus on when we start talking about how to break through are some tactics that maybe you haven't thought of or maybe you have. And the first one is, man, you just got to start earlier. So again, we know that people are busy this time of year. So the first thing you have to do is just start earlier than everybody else. So that means if you've been normally you have to start earlier than everybody else. So again, let's start that over. So if you're going to break through this holiday season, you have to start earlier than everyone else. Now, the reason you have to start earlier than everyone else is because it's less traffic. Okay, you know that more than likely your customer has to go to work. Your customer probably has to work a long day. Your customer probably has a bunch of things on their plate. So opening up earlier will help. Going live earlier will help. Starting to post your videos earlier will help because the schedule of your customers changed. So now the schedule of your posting and promoting has to change with it. So now if you know people are going to get up 30 minutes earlier, you need to start 30 minutes earlier. That way, when your competition starts in half an hour later, that customer who's normally right in front of their phone playing with their coffee isn't there. That customer was there half an hour ago. So you have to start earlier so that you can then be on the same algorithm as your customers. Because if you stay with the same time that you've been staying with, then they're already gone to work. They're already working. They're already moved on to the next piece of their day. So the very first thing you need to do is start earlier. Now we know when we Google what was the most effective time to start marketing and promoting, it was the 7 to 9 o'clock hour on Facebook primarily. So if it's been 7 to 9 and maybe you've been doing 9 or maybe you've been doing 8:30, then you need to start moving back into that 7:30 range. You need to start posting maybe at 6:30 because you know that your customer is now getting up a little bit earlier. Because it's the holidays, it's the end of the year. So do it earlier. That way they can get attention. You can get their attention before their day starts. You can get their attention while they're sitting at their desk. You can get their attention sooner than later. Because again, if you cannot get their attention, then it's going to be very hard for you to buy from them. Now, the next thing you want to do when we start talking about how to break through during the holiday season and get more sales is you want to increase your activity. Okay, so if you've been posting 1 or 2 times a day, you probably want to start posting 3 or 4. Okay, why? Because there are more ads being thrown at your clients than ever before. Everybody's trying to get them to buy. So if you're only posting once or twice and your competition is posting 3 times as much, you're going to get swallowed up. So again, you want to increase your activity. If you've been doing 2s and 4s, then you need to be doing 4s and 6s. And not only do you need to be doing those 4s and 6s, you need to start earlier and then do it later than your competition. So you want to do whatever you can to stay on the same algorithm with your customer, but also get out of the lane that you're in currently with other businesses. Because again, you're not just competing against other mom and pops. You're not just competing against other small businesses. You are competing against the big boys now. You're competing against Walmart. You're competing against Macy's, you're competing against every Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Big Lots, any of that stuff. You're competing against those guys now. So now you have to think more strategically in regard to how am I going to get to my customer. Okay, so we already talked about starting earlier. We talked about increasing activity. Now the next one is to sell convenience. Now, you and I both know that it is going to be hectic these last few weeks because people are busy and they don't have a lot of time. So what you need to sell right now if you want to break through and get customers during this holiday season is convenience. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means that, hey, we deliver. Okay. If you deliver it, then they don't have to leave their job. If you deliver it, then they don't have to rush out and sit in traffic. Okay. Number two, you want to offer early and late pickup. Okay. So if you have early and late pickups, then that means that now, if that person works late, they don't have to worry about it. They can still get their work done and still come pick up whatever it is that you're selling them. Okay. So here's the thing with that. You and I both know that that person's not going to lose their job trying to go get something. They're going to try to sneak out and go get it. They're going to try to get it after work. So again, if they're not going to choose you over their job, then you need to be convenient. You want to sell convenience. That's simple. So the next part of selling convenience is bundling. You want to sell 2 for 1. Two gifts and a gift. You want to sell big packages of stuff that they can then go home and break down into multiple gifts. And you want to make sure that you're telling them that. Hey, we have some baskets that you could go home and actually you could break them down and make them into 2 baskets. So if you buy this basket over here, it's actually 2 gifts in one. You could give one person the body wash and the soap. You could give the other person the scented candles. Again, how convenient is that? Yeah. So you want to sell your 2 for 1s. You want to get your fast, easy bundle packages in front of them so that when they do come rushing in and make those impulse buys, that you are in position to take care of them. Okay. Hey, here we go. Quick, easy gifts under $5. Put the sign up, put the basket out, stick it right by the register, stick it right by the door. Quick, easy gifts under $5. Quick, easy gifts under $25. Grab bag gifts over there. Because again, these people are in a rush. So what you want to do is you want to make it as easy and as simple as possible because their mind is scanning for the thing that is easy and simplest to understand. So if you say grab bag gifts under $20 over here, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to walk through the door. They're going to see the grab bag gift sign and they're going to go right to it. Why? Because this time of year, most people aren't trying to spend more than $20 for a gift at work. They're probably in some kind of grab bag. So if you have a bunch of grab bag gifts that they can just grab, more money, more money, more money. So anyway, again, we want to sell convenience. Okay, so let's start back at the top so that we can kind of get a real clear understanding of what we're trying to do. If we want to break through and have more sales this holiday season, we're going to start here. And that's with having earlier activity. Okay, we're going to start before our competition because the schedule of our customers is most likely changed and we want to be able to be on the same timing as our customers. Okay. Number 2, we want to increase our activity. Why? Because our customers are getting more and more ads thrown at them. And if we're only going once, it's going to be hard for them to see us in the midst of everybody else just simply because there's so much noise. Okay, so you got to increase your activity. And number 3, you have to sell convenience. Okay, the more convenience it is, the more convenient it is, the easier it is for them to understand why they need to choose you. So again, you want to sell convenience, and convenience means delivery, early and late pickup. It also means that you are very clear within your marketing and the signage for your marketing. Grab bag gifts under $20. Quick, easy gifts under $10. That way, when your customer's scanning for the one thing that they need, you already are put it in place so that they can just pick it up and go. Yeah. And then the other thing is you want to start selling your 2-for-1s and selling your bundles and selling your packages so that people can then go home and split those gifts up into 2 or 3 different things. Now, as a bonus, what you want to do is you want to sell bags. Hey, now we're going to split this up, but we got some baskets over here, we got some bags over here, we got some garland over here. We got all the things that you need to make these gifts the best that they could possibly be. Even if you go out and spend money on the bags, you can then upsell them. If you go online and you order, 10, 20 bags for, $1 a bag and you spend $20, now you sell them for $1.50. Again, just like when you go to the convenience stores in your neighborhoods. Yeah, the price of convenience is significantly higher. Okay, the same laundry detergent or motor oil or anything that you might run into a gas station to get is usually a couple bucks more than what it would be at a Walmart. Usually a couple bucks more than what it would be at a grocery store. Usually a couple bucks more than what it would be if you were to go to an AutoZone. Okay, so the same principle works. Buy the bags and then mark them up. Because the other option is for that person to sacrifice time. Okay, so if they sacrifice time, it doesn't even guarantee that they're going to get a bag somewhere else. It doesn't guarantee that there's going to be no line. So rather than sacrifice that time, they're going to stay there, spend the extra 50 cents, spend the extra $1, which goes into your register and keeps your day moving in the direction that you want it to go. So again, convenience is what you're selling. So those are the things that we want to get done today. We want to, start figuring out a new schedule that allows us to start earlier. Because, again, the timing of your customer's day has changed. It started earlier, and it's probably going to be later than you normally would expect it to be. Just because it's the holiday season, it's the end of the year, people got projects. So that's why you're doing it. And if you are up when they're up, then you're the only one that they're watching. So you want to be in position when they sit down for their coffee. You want to be in position when they roll over and look at their phone. You want to be in position because you're competing against so many other major brands. So the only way to really break through is to sneak around the major brand and get there first. So if you sneak around and you get there first, that gives you the opportunity. Okay. So the same thing with activity. If they're already watching your videos, let's break that down real quick. So if they're already watching your videos and you increase the amount of videos that you put out, those videos are going to start to show up on their algorithm as well. So when you start increasing the videos, don't just make them all sales videos. Also, make some of the videos about questions that they have. Perfect gifts for the holiday season. Okay, so perfect gifts for the holiday season. How to pick out a dress for your girlfriend. How to pick out a dress for your mom. Do the things that they have questions about and do more of it. If you do more of it, then they're going to see it because they're already watching your videos. So when you increase it, the additional benefit is now you get seen more, and whatever platform you're on starts to see you getting seen more, and then that helps the algorithm choose you. It helps you get more views. It helps you monetize. It helps you move to the next tier where maybe you go from, just somebody that's putting out videos to somebody that they start referring to, then somebody that is then able to make money off badges and coins and things of that nature. And you start to move up into those other tiers and you start to be able to monetize what it is that you're doing. So there's also a hidden benefit of increasing the amount of activity you have on social media, especially if they're already watching you. So double it, triple it, so that you can compete with your competition, but also that you can move up in the pecking order on the particular platform that you're on. In this particular case, we're on Facebook. So you want to be able to move up in the algorithm on Facebook with your audience, because now they're going to become your number one salesperson, because they're selling you to other people similar to the people that you've already been getting views from, which is then going to help you break through, because now you're going to be in more homes. You're going to be on more phones. You're going to be on more laptops and computers. So again, another great reason to increase your activity this time of year. So again, that's an additional benefit, and the way to do it is to really start to look at the times. Look at the times. How can I do it a little bit earlier? How can I schedule it a little bit earlier? Just so I'm first. And when you're first and last, because the back end is equally as important as the front end. If you're first and last, then you're the number one thing on their mind. Because even if they do not buy from you today, what you can then count on happening is that when they are ready to buy, when they do get a paycheck, when they do get a minute, you're the one that's been feeding them for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. You're the one that's building their brand, because the people are now starting to notice you as the person who does this particular thing. If you do enough videos and they watch enough videos about cooking, now you become a chef. If you do enough videos like me about marketing and sales, now you become the marketing and sales guy. So increasing your activity will give you an opportunity to be known for more things. It'll help your brand. And if you're doing enough of it, then the platform, in this particular case, Facebook, will help you, especially if people are watching. Now, if they're not watching, then they probably won't. But it's more likely than not, if people are watching, that they're going to help you, that they're going to push you out there, they're going to increase your reach. And make sure you go to your dashboard and see if your reach is increasing, because maybe you're getting a little bit discouraged. Again, I'm going to say that again. Go to your dashboard and see if your reach is increasing, because maybe you're getting a little bit discouraged. And if you see that your reach is improving, then you'll know that you're now moving in the right direction. So even if you aren't able to monetize, but maybe you started out with 2K and now 2K has gone to 3K, or 3K has gone to 4K, you're moving in the right direction. And then once you start to increase your activity, now let's see how many people you start reaching. I remember when my reach was 500 people. Now it's probably what, closer to 10. Somewhere in there. I'll have to look. But again, you want to check that each and every day. And it was just 500 a few months ago, a few weeks ago. So if you consistently do something that people will watch, answering questions that they have, you're going to improve your reach. You're going to improve your engagement. You're going to ultimately improve the amount of leads that you're able to get, which in turn will improve the amount of sales that you get. So you want to use your social media to drive traffic to your products if you're a business owner. If you are a business owner, you want to use social media to drive people to your brick and mortar, to drive them to your website, to drive them to your products, to drive them to your services. Okay. So again, you want to make that content that they're going to watch, answering questions that they have, and then you want to mix in your sales videos to say, hey, I know that you've been watching these videos and you probably have more questions, so go to my website. I know that you've been watching these videos and you're probably wondering, how do I get my own version of this? Click the link below. Okay. But you have to get enough videos that people are watching in order to improve your reach. So now in the Gary V way of doing it is what? Left, 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 right, which is give content, give content, give content, ask for sale. Okay. That sometimes works. Then there's the Frank Kern method, which is the soft sell in almost every video, which is using the oh, by the way. Oh, by the way, if you like our help, just go to the website and click the link. Oh, if you'd like some free coaching, just click the link below. And then there's the Alex Ramosi way, which is give until they say, well, man, when are you going to try to sell me something? Or how do I get this thing that you're talking about? Okay. So all three work differently, but they all work. I've had success giving free content away and never asking for anything, and then having people jump in my DMs. I've used the soft sell method that Frank Kern does with a great deal of success with clients. You know, and it really works really well with email marketing. So the Frank Kern method for me has worked really well with email marketing. The Alex Ramosi way has worked really well for me as a brand. And the Gary V method, hey, it works. I mean, that's what I started with. That was the first one I ever really tried, which was Gary V, which is give, 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 ask. But I do know this: you never get sales that you don't ask for. So if you don't ask for a sale, then it's going to be very hard to get it. But if you don't have a person to ask, you get my point. So we have to make something that is going to attract. Then we want to put it out early so that we can get ahead of our competition. Then we want to do it more often so that we increase our chances of being seen. And by being seen, we also increase our chances of improving our reach, which gets us into more homes, phones, laptops, and desktop computers. Oh, as well as what's that other thing? The tablet. Yeah, the tablet too. So again, that's why we want to do that. And if we do those things, once we have that attention, eventually, however you do it, you have to ask for a sale. At least put yourself in a position to make some money by asking for a sale. Okay. Now, a lot of times, especially this time of year, people focus on the sale, sale, sale to the point where people get tuned out. So don't make all the videos about buy my stuff. Sometimes, this time of year, more times than not, people get turned off because everybody's asking them to buy. So you cannot make all of your videos sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. You have to make some of the videos about how the benefits of doing business with you will help your client, how to make it easier, faster, simpler, with less stress. And then let them ask you how to buy it. Okay. One of the coolest things that I've ever learned in marketing is to give publicly and ask privately. Okay. So if you can then get people off the website into a conversation, get people off the platform and into a conversation, then you're able to offer your services. Okay, so you want to soft sell, you want to tell them to click the link, you want to offer them something in exchange for information. Like for me, if you go to growingrich.com, you can click the Make Money Fast button. That's going to send me an email, which I'm going to respond to, which will allow us to set up a time to go one-on-one about you, your situation, your company, your business, and anything that you learn during that call, you then get to use, and it's free. Okay. So again, you want to give publicly, ask privately. So those are the things that we've really done over the last few years to help break through during this time of year. Those are the things that have helped us break through, helped us be successful, helped us generate 7 figures or better for more than one client. Create a bunch of full-time entrepreneurs to really help people take a great leap in their desire to be a full-time entrepreneur. And it works. And this has been free, man. So just try it. Any questions you got, feel free to DM, leave it in the comments. Go to growingrich.com, hit the button. This isn't me selling you. This is me trying to help you. So Any questions you have, leave them in the comments. That way, we can answer your questions, get the obstacle out of the way, and you can move on to being the business owner that you want to be. You know, somebody who's able to not only have a great business, but also not have a high stress level and spend a lot of quality time with their loved ones and family. So, as always, man, it's your business big bro, Sadon Long, aka the most dangerous man in marketing, with another episode of successful marketing, sales, and relationships for small business owners and entrepreneurs. Have a great day. As always, it is an honor, and I love you. Make sure that you are sharing this message, even if it's just with one person. I greatly appreciate it. As always, have a great day, and I'm out.